It's the middle of July. We just got the brand new sight from Trophy Ridge called the React. And we're gonna show you just how easy it is to set up and how incredible it is to get sighted in out to 60 yards. All right, now that we got the sight screwed on, we're just gonna give it a shot and see where we're at. Looks like we're about 6 inches low, so this sight has the micro adjusters like most of their sights, so you don't need any tools. It's really nice. You just loosen up the windage or the up and down movement, and you just use the micro adjuster to adjust accordingly. So we need to move the whole sight down about 3 or 4 turns probably. All right, now we're good to go. We're dialed in from 20 yards. Now we just got to set the 30 pin. Now that we're at 30 yards, this is where the sight does its magic. I'm gonna shoot an arrow, just see where I'm at, and then we're gonna adjust. But basically, you know, the micro adjustments, all thumb screws, you just loosen it up and you turn this big knob on top and it will adjust the 30 pin to, we'll adjust it to where it needs to be. But then as we adjust the 30 pin, the other pins are automatically moving on the geared prong that goes through here. So they will accordingly adjust between the 20 and 30 yard gap. They will automatically adjust the other gaps and they'll gradually get larger. So the theory is once we're in at 30, we should step back to 40 and should be almost perfect. And if we have to fine tune a little bit from there, we can, but we can go back to 50 and 60 and should be right on the money, which will just avoid the whole problem of losing arrows, you know, going back to 60 and just guessing. You know, you're already almost dialed in perfectly for those yardages. So let's see where we're at 30. Looks like we're just a hair high maybe. So we need to bring the 30 yard pin up and it'll adjust all the other pins below that accordingly. And all you do is just adjust this little pin right here on the side and then adjust the big wheel to change the sight pin, the 30 pin. All right, so now that we're dialed in at 30 or fairly close at 30, we're gonna step back to 40 and give it a shot and we'll see where we're at. And this is where we're really gonna fine tune. You know, the 30 is pretty close, but you're not gonna notice the tiny adjustments to 30 yards. You know, when you get back to 40, 50, and 60, you'll really start to notice it. So we're gonna keep stepping back and keep fine tuning as we go. Really, we're just a touch high maybe. Yeah, we're just a bit high. We were a little bit high at 30, but you step back to 40, it makes it a little bit higher, but still, I mean, right on the money. This is amazing. The sight just automatically knows where the pin's supposed to be. So we're gonna adjust still it's the one knob, same knob, and all the pins will move. So, you know, even though we were maybe half an inch high at 30, well now we're an inch high at 40 or 2 inches high at 40. So it'll fix both those in one compensation. There we go. That's perfect, right on the money. So we don't even have to worry about 30. I know it's gonna fix the air, you know, a little bit high at 30. So now we'll just step back and we maybe just a little bit to the right. So we'll find out once we get a little bit further back, but right on the money, and we've only shot 9, 10 arrows, so pretty impressive. Pretty much right on the money, looks like. Maybe just a touch right, like I was saying, but looks good up and down. Yeah, it's perfect up and down. Just, I didn't even move the whole sight a hair right. That's the kind of stuff, like I said, as you step back, you'll notice. At 20 yards, you don't notice because you're, you know, a millimeter to the right. Well, you know, it just multiplies as you step back. So we'll move the sight a little bit to the right and then step back to 60. Felt pretty good. I think I may have shot a little low. That was on me, but shoot a couple more arrows and see where we're at. Pretty close. I think we're good. Looks pretty close. Let's go take a look at them. All right, well, I think we're pretty much good to go. 3, 4 arrows at each distance, 20 through 60, and we are dialed in. It's just a night and day difference between the React and a normal sight. I would before spend probably, you know, 6, 9, 12 arrows at least at each station getting sighted in, and you're back at 60 just guessing. You know, you're moving your pin, just saying, oh, this looks about right according to the pin gaps, and you're launching arrows and losing them. So that's pretty incredible to be sighted into that in just such a short time. And we can shoot long distance practice out at long range, shoot 60, and when we come into 20, it's just like nothing. So I can't wait to start using that sight in the woods this fall.